Ask a child where their last meal came from and they are likely to say the grocery store or a particular restaurant. Such an answer highlights their innocence, but also demonstrates the necessity of parents, educators, and communities to teach our youngest generation about healthy eating and about where food really comes from. After all, farms do not grow cheeseburgers and cola. The agriculture and livestock activities that produce these ingredients are distanced by the processing, packaging, wholesaling, and retailing of foodstuffs. This creates a conceptual disconnect between origin and consumption. We believe that it also contributes significantly to the threefold increase in childhood obesity over the last 3 decades. The Early Roots Project has set out to find ways of reaching kindergarten and pre-kindergarten kids with an effective curriculum that makes learning about healthy and sustainable food concepts fun and interactive. Because an obese child is more likely to become an obese adult, and with obesity comes chronic health issues. We believe that reconnecting children's diets to their most basic elements will foster better eating habits and healthier lives. Through planned activities and hands-on projects, we are bringing the farm to the classroom, because it's never too early to plant a seed in a child's mind.
From the very beginning, and that's kind of what our curriculum is something you would, teach kids about food from the very, very basic level. And that's basically where food comes from, and maybe a fun way to eat nutritionally, and then kind of what to do with the waste after that.
Yeah, just kind of plan. So for phase 1, we're going to focus on where food comes from, and we're going to be talking about vegetables and fruits, and if they grow underground, on vines, in trees, and
so let's hold our bubbles, and let's see what Mr. Corey and Miss Julia have for us.
But before there, have you heard of a farm? Have any of you been on a farm before? All that food that you get at the grocery store with your parents, that comes from the farm. The food grows from the earth at the farm, and then they take it to the grocery store, and then you eat it. Corn comes from the farm.
I eat milk.
Milk comes from the farm.
I eat orange.
What's this?
Carrots.
Close. It grows from the same place.
Tomato.
No.
Tomato.
Have you heard of radish?
Radish.
This is radish.
It grows on roots.
Good job.
Yeah.
Radish grows on roots.
The second time we come in, we're going to actually be bringing in all that produce for the kids to see. And then in the beginning, we're going to do kind of a quick review session. I'm going to go through some of the melons and some of the fruit with the kids and show them what it looks like inside. And I tried to find a recipe that they could all do, especially at this age group, because it's really hard. I decided on fruit kebabs, and then they'll get to cook a little bit, as then they'll get to make a dip. So we'll have all the ingredients there that they can all mix up together. And
in phase 3, we're gonna be trying to get across the importance of what's left over of the food going back into the earth. We're gonna start out with kind of a recap of the fruits and vegetables that they went over, and what might be left over from those afterwards, and how it can be used as compost.
I think that teaching kids, especially this age group about composting is kind of a difficult idea. There are probably some concepts they're not really going to understand really well, but luckily I think we have the idea of like the visual, like we're talking about bringing in a fresh banana and then maybe a rotten banana and then just a banana peel and show how that process works, just visually, yellow versus brown, and then how that, you put it in the dirt and it breaks down, and then, you have fresh soil in which to grow maybe a banana tree to make more bananas.
So you can throw that back into the earth.
I like that.
Yeah. And so basically what you want to do with all the leftover gross stuff is you just want to put it back into the dirt in what's called a compost. And so then worms come and they eat it, and then it turns it back into dirt, so that way more fruits and vegetables can grow from that dirt.
Go.